But as for me, when I came from Padan, Rachel died beside me in the land of Canaan on the way when there was but a little distance to go to, and I buried her there on the way of Ephron, that is Bethlehem. Then Israel saw Joseph's sons and said, "Who are these?" Joseph said to his father, "They are my sons whom God has given me in this place." And he said, "Please bring them to me, and I will bless them." Now the eyes of Israel were dim with age, so that he could not see. Then Joseph brought them near him, and he kissed them and embraced them. And Israel said to Joseph, "I had not thought to see your face, but in fact God has also shown me your offspring." So Joseph brought them from beside his knee, and he bowed down with his face to the earth. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim with his right hand, and so Joseph took them both, Ephraim with his right hand towards Israel's left hand, and Manasseh with his left hand towards Israel's right hand, and brought them near him. Then Israel stretched out his right hand and laid it on Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and he left it, and his left hand on Manasseh's head, guiding his hands knowingly, for Manasseh was the firstborn. And he blessed Joseph and said, and he blessed Joseph and said, God before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac walked, the God who has fed me all my life long, fed all my life long to this day, the angel who had redeemed me from all evil. Bless the lad. Let my name be upon them and the name of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. Verse 17, now when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand on the head of Ephraim, it displeased him. So he took hold of his father's hand to move it from Ephraim's head to Manasseh's head. And Joseph said to his father, not so, my father, for this one is the firstborn. Put your right hand on his head. But his father refused and said, I know, my son, I know he also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly his younger brothers shall be greater than he, and his descendants shall become a multitude of nations. So he blessed them that day, saying, by you, Israel, so he blessed them that day, saying, by you, Israel, will bless, saying, may God make you as Ephraim, as Manasseh. And thus he set Ephraim before Manasseh. Then Israel said to Joseph, Behold, I am dying, but God will be with you and bring you back to the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given to you one portion. Moreover, I have given to you one portion above your brothers, which I took from the hand of the Amorites with my sword. And my bow. Great Britain and America became great nations, just as the blessing and Great America and Great Britain became great nations, blessed nations, just as the blessings and the prophecy of that blessing and those blessings in that prophecy came to pass. Manasseh and Ephraim became great nations, blessed and powerful nations. Joseph received a double portion blessing. Jacob gave Ephraim, instead of his older brother Manasseh, the greater blessing. When Joseph objected, Jacob refused to listen because God had told him that Ephraim would become greater. God often works in unexpected ways when he chooses people to fulfill his plan. He always goes deeper than appearance, tradition, or position. He sometimes surprises us by choosing the less obvious person, at least by human reason. God can use you to carry out his plans, even if you don't think you have all the qualifications. When Joseph became a slave, Jacob thought he was dead and wept in despair, but eventually God's plan allowed Jacob to regain not only his son, but his grandchildren as well. Circumstances are never so bad that they are beyond God's help. Jacob regarded his son Jacob regained his son. Job got a new family. Mary regained her brother Lazarus. We never despair because we belong to a loving God. We never know what good we will bring out of a seemingly hopeless situation. Jacob spoke of God as his shepherd throughout his life. In his old age, he could clearly see his dependence upon God. This marks a total attitude change from that of his earlier years, to develop an attitude like Jacob. Let God shepherd you as you trust in his vision and care. When you realize that every good thing comes from God, you can quit trying to grab them for yourself. Jacob was giving these young boys land occupied the Philistines and Canaan. His gift became reality when the his gift became a reality when the tribes of Ephraim and Manasseh occupied the east and the west side of the Jordan River, and then later Europe, or Great Britain and America.